In this video we're going to look at another form that quadratics may appear, and result we might have to sketch. So we've got y equals a bracket x minus h or close bracket squared plus k. Obviously a cannot equal 0, and we've got the form here y equals minus 2 x minus 2 all squared minus 1. Now we saw a question like this in one of my previous videos without the plus k, or in this case the minus 1, and we knew that obviously without that we've got a graph that touches the x-axis. It doesn't actually intercept. In this case, because we've got the negative, we know it's going to be a maximum, so it's probably going to touch somewhere. But this minus 1 changes things. Okay? So we know if that minus 1 wasn't there, that it would touch at 2. Okay, so that means our axis of symmetry is when x equals 2. So when x equals 2, x equals 2, what we're left with is minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 squared minus 1. Minus 2 times 0 is 0, which equals minus 1. So our axis of symmetry is x equals minus 2. So our vertex is equal to 2 minus 1. Okay? So what we can use in this instant to help us to find the vertex when it's in this form, you can just use, for this for example, it's just h, k. I'll just write that neater. h, k is your vertex. Okay, so as you can see here, it's 2 minus 1. Okay, so knowing that, so we can start getting our x and y axis ready here. X, y, and we're at 2, so 1, 2, and we're down 1, so we're here. So if that minus 1 wasn't there, for example, we know it'd be touching up here. So that minus 1 sort of brings the equation down 1. Okay, it brings the whole graph down. It affects the graph that way. So we've got a vertex there. So we've got the axis of symmetry, which is x equals 2. The vertex is 2 minus 1. So now we can just find the y-intercept. Now y-intercept is when x equals 0. Alright, it's good to understand that and get to know that. X-intercept, y equals 0. Y-intercept, x equals 0. Alright, so if x equals 0, so x equals 0, so y equals minus 2. 0 minus 2 squared is minus 2, so it's going to be minus 2 squared minus 1. That's equal to, we've got minus 2 squared is 4, minus 2 times 4 is minus 8, minus 8 is negative 9. So our y-intercept is 0, negative 9. So what we would have to do is just extend this down. So it's always a good idea to make sure your graph is a decent size. So it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9. So our graph will look something like that. Trying to keep it as symmetric as possible. Okay, so there's some different forms of quadratics, looking at the equation and then being able to sketch it. So if you're not given this form and you're given y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, you will then have to factorize it to get into a form to be able to help you, and you'll see how we do that later on down the track.